right, so those are the photos, those were videos. I had a chance to have a little bit of a eating break in between, and I'm refreshed. So the next part should be fun, because the next part's going to be, or rather going to require me to have a large amount of memory, or my memory to actually work, let alone large amounts of it, and to remember, to actually like pretend I know what I'm doing. Hopefully I do. Okay, let's get into the reviews of the stuffs. Okay, I don't know where I really want to start with. Let's start with the Aspire Gusto. Okay, now I'm giving it a nice little clean over so it looks pretty for the camera. All right, this looks very similar to the old. Now I've got to try and remember what it was called. I know there was an Archon, which was an actual normal device that only had a 510 on top. And then there was one that was an all-in-one that had a tank inside. It's not the Proteus, but it's something like that. Anyway, but it's very, very, very small. It's tiny, right? And on the one side it says Aspire Gusto Mini, but then on the other side it says something that you would never normally see on any device. And let's see if we can get a. It says Element NS Designer Nic Salts powered by. Right. This device is one of the first, or it's the first nicotine salts device, or it's not it doesn't matter what the device is, because any device is capable of doing nicotine salts. But this is the first device that I've used that I've had nicotine salts in. Although I thought so initially. Apparently, I have had it a couple of times. And sorry, my phone's going mad. Jason, please keep quiet. I'm trying to do a review. Okay. First of all, okay, this is going to get very, 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 very loud. So let me just turn this off 1 second. Ooh. Okay. Right. What's different about this, and why is it? Why would I be reviewing this from Vapecon? I'll show you now. Internal battery. And it's a pod-based device. So, voila. That inside is a pod. It comes out, it snaps back in, and when it snaps back in, it fires. There is no adjustment anywhere. You cannot change voltage, you cannot change wattage, or all of those type of things. It is a take a pod device and that's it. And when you take the pod out and you look at the pod, you will see that it has some writing and that on it. I'll try and bring this up so you guys can see it. All right. There we go. Element Strawberry Whip NS/20, and you will see it says nicotine 20 milligram. 4.2 ml of juice inside of here, and this is a sealed pod, not refillable, yada yada yada. Although any device, technically speaking, is refillable if you tried your hardest, but you'd have to put nicotine salts device juice in here to make it be worthwhile. Now, 20 milligrams of nicotine. You may have noticed that when I vape this, even though I do generally vape 6 milligram, I didn't cough my lungs out and go absolutely stupid and crazy. That's because of nicotine salts. Nicotine salts is identical in the way it still comes in a liquid like the normal nicotine, but it is different in the fact that, one, it is a lot smoother and has a lot less throat hit than the normal nicotine. The next part is, I actually ran out of number. I don't know if I was on 1 or 2 there. That's why I didn't go to 3 or 2. Number 2, I'm going to go 2, sorry. 20 milligrams, because it's so much smoother, they're able to put a lot more in it. And that then allows for a much stronger vape. Now, nicotine salt also is absorbed by your system a lot better than your normal nicotine. And this is the device that allows you to vape like you used to smoke. So what you will do with this is you will take 3 or 4 drags. And obviously these all come in different flavors. I mean, this is the strawberry whip that I've got in here. I've got the pink lemonade. I was supposed to go through and meet the guys during the week. It just got crazy, so my apologies to this about this. But you would take 3 or 4 drags and then you would be satisfied of what you've just vaped. And that is definitely the case, because I used this all day at Vapecon. And it was, I would vape 4 drags, put it in my pocket, and then only an hour later would I kind of, well, I want to vape. That could also have a lot to do with the fact that there was, and that's not my throat hurting from this, sorry, I'm just getting over a cold. There was so much vape in the air, but it's not, because I've used it plenty of times since then. It just gives you a satisfaction that is a lot better than normal vape, and it lasts a hell of a lot longer. So you're able to control your vaping and the amount. The other fact of the matter is there's only 4.2 ml of liquid in the pod, which you would think would be nothing, and you'd go through it really quick. You don't. It's lasted me a flippin' ages. I still have some of the pink lemonade in here, so it's nowhere near. Basically, when you go to put this in, there's two little silicone pieces sticking out that you have to pull out. That then allows the juice into the chamber where the coil is. Normal coil, normal cotton, all of that. And you tap, it tells you in the thing just to tap the unit to allow the juice to come through a little bit easier. You leave it for 2 to 5 minutes and voila, it's ready to vape. It's all saturated and all of that. It lasts really, really long. So that's the other nice thing about it. The battery life, I have used this device for a whole day and still gone home that evening, and it wasn't even, I think it was probably about halfway down. For an 1100 or 1300, I think it's an 1100 milliamp hour battery, that's amazing. It's got a normal little USB charge in the front and just a single fire button, and your airflow actually comes through this piece over here. It's not, you can't close it down or change it. It's just, it allows where the hole is on the front of this. And if I can find that, oh, actually, it's not on this side. Oh, it is on this side. There. You'll actually see just there, if you can, if this will. There we go. There you can see the airflow, and that allows it to come through there. So if you put your hand over it, which often happens with me, I tend to block that off, but I've learned to vape it differently. So this device caught my attention. This is one of them. And it's really, really nice. For a stealthy little vape and a satisfying vape, this is awesome. I've really, really, really enjoyed it, and I think nicotine salts is possibly the way that it's going to go going forward. So that is that. I'm going to cover 2 birds with 1 stone here, because if you may have noticed, the drip tip on top of here is not the standard drip tip that comes with it, or you wouldn't know that if you didn't have one, but this is not the standard drip tip that comes with it. If you kind of